Someone said my body is ready. Ooh. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. All-Star Superman is great. Why is it bad? Hold up. Okay. Alright. Gotta get night driving up. Fuck. No, I don't want to watch together, because we're not using that. I noticed people were saying that Kung Fu Panda 3 was good in the comments. Um I exclude that one and 4. Oh, oh. Damn. There we go, night driving. Okay. Well, so yeah, I think how we'll do this is let me Discord in description. I'm gonna flop this a bit and then create an invite to the server. Copy. Okay. -3. But they're all great. Well, I as the wise man once said, speed is bound to get crazy here. Yeah, we wouldn't accept below an 8. Damn. Yeah, this is how we'll do it this time around. Just join a random Discord voice chat, and then once you've joined that, and you've requested to join for a disagreement, we're gonna pull you in. I've changed my description so it links to Colin's server. If you go to his server, um, you'll be just you'll be let in. You'll go into a VC. We pull you in here. That's how we'll do it, pimpin'. Hey, SK, you feeling fresh and relaxed? Absolutely, convict. Absolutely. I'm feeling amazing. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Sounds like we already have a disagreement on the line. Hmm. There's no disagreement here. Okay. You can't hear... What? Oh, shit. Hold up. Gotta fix this. I don't know why it's doing this. No, you have for some reason, despite my audio thing not messing up. So, alright. Easy fix. Okay, so desktop audio is being crazy right now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to add some shit to this. Close.
Seen the third one, but that one.
There we go. All right,
Hunter
now you're
crossbow guy
coming
from the
through.
third one,
Yes,
and
there
then
was a slight
the
issue,
dragon
but we got it
from the
fixed.
second one.
Yeah, I think Tai Lung and Master Shin, Lord Shin, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, Lord Shin.
Master Shin.
Master Shin.
He's better than How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3's villain.
Yes, Mustafa, you can join you can join in Colin's server, one of the VCs, and we'll pull you in here.
Which one?
I set up my lunch.
It's called Disagreement Day Waitlist. Disagreement Day Waitlist.
I set up my lunch so that I could be able to speak for when the guy that they still Panda 3 would join the VC. Okay. So that motherfucker better get into it.
No, you didn't miss anything. I prefer How to Train Your Dragon trilogy over Kung Fu Panda.
Well, yeah, there's only 2 Kung Fu Panda movies, of course.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them.
Maybe if Kung Fu Panda had 3 good movies, then it'd be better than How to Train Your Dragon, but it just doesn't.
You heard about the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake coming out next year. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want it or need it, but, like, if it's being written and directed by the same guy who made the animated trilogy, then, like, that gives me more hope.
It's DreamWorks. It's DreamWorks. It's DreamWorks, right? So I subtract a shitload of hope because Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate was also written by the same people as the first movie.
I joined, but need to wait 6 more minutes to type something. Well, then wait those 6 minutes.
In my server?
Apparently, yeah.
That's weird. I didn't even know that was a thing. He should be able to join the call still, right? Why
no, you still gotta wait. Gotta wait.
I didn't even.
Maybe it's a Discord thing.
It is a Discord thing. You can set the moderation on your server to that. It helps prevent like spam or raids.
Yeah, I'm guessing that is the default.
Yeah, you can change it though if you want to lift it.
Well, you just gotta remember to put it back on.
Mr. Taggy seems to want to join.
Yeah.
So
y'all,
Colin,
don't join the general one. Join Disagreement Day waitlist. Hello, Mr. Taggy.
What is your disagreement?
Tell us why.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, it's allowed to have like Star Wars. Disagreement about Star Wars.
Star Wars.
What is the disagreement
like,
about Star Wars?
I watched all disagreements and like there's never been anybody who's disagreed about Star Wars. So
what specifically about Star Wars?
Okay, so that Revenge of the Sith is a great movie, one of the best one. This is who SK though.
I know you, bro.
Well, here's the problem.
SK is wrong.
Here's the problem. I haven't prepared for Revenge of the Sith. I haven't seen it in years, so.
Okay, what about Phantom Menace?
I don't remember Phantom Menace either. I don't remember it.
I don't remember it either, but I remember thinking the first 2 were bad.
Yeah. like the famous quote, like "I don't like sound." Like that's a really good quote.
Yeah, no,
And then if you can't talk about Star Wars, I can talk about Across the Spider-Verse too.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so I want to remind. So I have watched Across the Spider-Verse like 3 times. 3 times, you know, in theaters.
Mhm.
You know, the animation is really good. Like, the thing is that like, how doesn't Miguel doesn't know that Miles Morales can absorb the energy. Like he has to know different versions of Miles Morales.
Sorry, what's the question?
He's
How does
asking-
Miguel not know what?
He's asking how does Miguel not know that Miles can break out of the containment?
And your
I
reason is that
think-
there's different versions of Miles?
Yeah, probably
Mm,
also have that power.
No, from what we see in the thing, there's only one other version where universe where Miles exists, and he doesn't even have powers. And from what he sees of this Miles, if he's watching them at the the collider in India, then he would see that Miles wasn't even able to break that. So I don't know why he would assume that Miles would be able to break out of the
Yeah, because remember,
the
Hobie had to
anomaly
help him.
containment film.
If Hobie
Yeah.
didn't help him, he wouldn't have done it.
I think Hobie should get like that sentence for doing that.
He should what?
He should get arrested, you know, for helping Miles Morales.
Miguel didn't see that.
Didn't see that.
Yeah, he
Are you
didn't
sure?
see it.
Are you
And
sure?
also, he leaves.
Well, yeah, I was about to say one, he didn't even he didn't see that, and two, he kind of does get like he just dips.
Dips. I don't think Hobie has like invincible powers. Like I don't think things are invincible.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I don't know
Miguel has
what
to see
relevance
that,
this
bro. He
has.
has to
What
see
we're
that.
saying,
He has to
what
see
we're
that.
saying is that Hobie wasn't seen helping out Miles, and that's how Miles was able to get out. And then Hobie leaves
Yeah,
afterwards.
thing. The thing. Not only that, but like, how the hell did Hobie make like a time travel device sent to Gwen?
He collected the parts
Yeah.
at the Spider HQ. We see that in
Okay,
the
okay.
movie when he's talking to Miles. In the background, he's collecting all these pieces.
Can I get time to like think about them?
All right.
Okay, I'll just stay muted and then think about more. Okay.
We'll
All
just stay in the weight room until we
Yeah,
and DM me.
Wait a
right
minute.
now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's Smokey
How to
Boy.
Train Your Dragon 2 is better than How to Train Your Dragon 1. That's cap. It's not true.
Colin, what about that guy that thinks Kung Fu Panda 3 is good? Where's he at?
I don't know. He's not here, Pimpin.
We got people waiting
Oh,
in
his phone's-
general, it seems.
MF better hurry up.
I don't know if they're. I think they're just talking. I don't know if they're.
Yeah. Guys, if you want a disagreement, but you're in general, and we don't get to you, that's on you. All right.
That's
on
your fault. That's your fault.
Yeah. Again, if you have a disagreement, join the server and sit in the weight room, not general.
Yeah. Maybe you should move the weight room upwards on like the list of VCs.
I don't really see what that would do.
And then I don't know. People might pay attention. Smokey Boy, we've had this conversation last VC. All right, we don't like what you have to offer, Smokey Boy. And I've explained very thorough reasons as to why.
Thank you for the birds, Kronos.
Yeah,
You're
thank you
welcome.
for the birds.
I'm
Mert,
bringing nature in BC.
Mert. Join the Disagreement Day waitlist, not general.
Simple instructions.
Simple fucking
Simple instructions. Simple instructions.
Everyone, if you want to have disagreements, go to Disagreement Day waitlist, not general.
All right. Well, it looks like we got someone.
All right. Hello.
Yay.
Kronos, you gotta mute.
Yeah, you gotta mute if you're not talking.
Kuralong, I'm not even gonna attempt that. Mr. Man, what's your disagreement?
Greetings, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so my only disagreement really in general, it's just the fact that Pound Katrina Dragon 3 for some reason is considered as something that takes fiction for some damn reason.
I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't barely pick up on what you're saying. You gotta like fix your mic or something.
Be closer to the mic.
Give us a
It's too much reverb.
Are you gonna stream the state of play? Yeah. Where's DeLorean and shit for Apes?
He said he'll get to me when he's ready.
I don't know how long I'm gonna. Well, cause I have to leave at like 6 to start up a different stream so that I
Give
can.
me mod powers then.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
can just
I don't know if you guys can hear me well.
I can just make a new call.
Why do that? No, just give me powers to move people.
Well, you should already have them.
Oh, I already have them? Okay.
Well, I'm saying like I'm gonna be using this call for when I stream, so I'll just make a new call.
Oh,
so that you can,
okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, we're still waiting for you to... Alright, there we go.
Do you not have them?
I can't move people, so...
Hold on. Let me give you. Where's the fuck?
I'm on streamer mode, so I can't read your name, but whoever starts with a K, is your thing working?
I'm trying to speak. I don't know if you guys can hear me now. There's a bit of a
Yeah, we hear you better now.
Alright, well, we've got a couple other disagreements on the line, so try to fix your thing and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Wasn't it Mert who was next?
Mert was next.
Mr. Mert Mustafa.
What is the disagreement? Tell us why.
What best Planet of the Apes movie? Dawn.
Dawn. Hello?
Mert. Is Mert the guy that thought Kung Fu Panda 3 was good?
You
Where's
are
the guy
on
that-
the line.
Where's the guy that thought Kung Fu Panda 3 was good? Where's he at? Tell me where he at, Colin. Why isn't he here?
You are on the line. What is your disagreement?
What is your disagreement?
What's your disagreement and tell me why?
Okay, he's just not here, I guess.
The mic isn't working. So then fix it.
Oh, that's a big oof, isn't it?
Alright, well we'll put you on hold then.
Alright. Angry Boy 13.
What is
Angry
the
Boy
disagreement? Tell us
13,
why.
what is the disagreement? Hello? Dude.
Angry boy, you are on the line. What is your motherfucking disagreement?
Okay.
So no disagreement here.
I guess not.
I guess not.
Did you get your mic fixed or mic working? Dude, what the fuck is up with this shit?
Why is no one following our instructions?
I don't know if it's Discord or like people just aren't talking. I'm so confused.
If you are on the line, tell us the motherfucking disagreement.
Okay.
All right, let's try Mert again.
Mert, is your mic working now? I guess not. Pimpin'.
Oh, Jesus. Black Smokey. What is he doing here?
Smokey, what is the disagreement?
Is this the guy that thought Kung Fu Panda 3 was good?
No.
Damn.
I'm trying to see what's the reason why I don't like it.
Oh.
Okay,
guess
so at
that is
least you
that.
could talk.
Yes, it is. You fucking liar. I asked you a direct question. You answered no. And then he says, yeah, you fuck you, Carl.
I thought it was pretty good.
Lying sack of shit, Colin. Anyways, so the implementation of chi is one of the reasons I despise the movie. The setup from 2 with Poe's dad, he's immediately made into a bumbling buffoon in the 3rd movie.
Which one, the Panda Dad or Duck Dad?
Panda dad. I also despise Kai as a villain. I think he sucks. Poe's character at the beginning of the movie.
He's like a
What was the,
bumbling buffoon.
what-
He's breaking shit. He's not taking it seriously.
I thought Kyle was pretty good. Like he wasn't like the best. He's not the best, but he's like decent at best.
His motivation sucks, and his powers are inconsistent.
Inconsistent. What did that show up?
Well, his powers are inconsistent because he apparently has the ability to control the chi zombies with his mind and see through them, and that somehow he can feel what they feel, like when they're all getting hit by like the fireworks and shit at the very end of all the pandas, which is also stupid.
Oh
And
yeah,
it
because
doesn't make
like
sense
he was getting overwhelmed.
because they're made of jade, so how can they feel things? And then how is he feeling it?
Jaden, I'm streaming right now.
Okay, nothing dope.
Yeah, of course we gotta warn him about
Well,
it.
And then there's also like the very end of the movie where he gets mad at Poe for sending him to the spirit realm, and I don't see why he'd be mad because he can just easily get back to the normal world. There's nothing stopping him from doing so. And if for some reason it takes him ages to take Poe's chi compared to Oogway,
I get. Well, would that be like a thing of what's the word for it? Would that be plot armor for Poland?
yes, that would be plot up with Poe. 1 second, there's a bus right here.
So that sounds like an
see, what
agreement
the
with you
hell,
two.
No, because I still really like
And then his motivation sucks. He's evil because he just turned evil for some reason. I don't know why he turned evil. He just did. He found out that you could absorb chi somehow, and then absorbing chi just made him evil.
I mean, I wouldn't say it just made him evil. I would just say it's kind of like, what's the word for it? It's just like, he saw the power. He's like, wait a minute, I could be stealing all these folks' chi. I could be stronger.
Yeah, but let's think about it, right? So we have him and Oogway are like brothers, and he cares so much about Oogway that after Oogway is wounded, he carries him for days on his back through mountains until he finds the village. The pandas nurse them both back to health and teach them how to use chi. And he just randomly finds out that you can absorb chi, and then decides, I'm just going to absorb everybody's chi to gain all the power. Why?
That's a pretty. I can't explain that. I ain't gonna lie.
What is he doing, bro?
That's.
What is he yapping about?
Jaden, what the fuck are you doing?
bro's here to fuck up the stream. What is he holding a menu from a restaurant?
Is
Like a Greek menu in his hand.
It's Kyle Wilson.
I was yapping, bro.
I could tell.
Are you saying it's Kyle Weston a chameleon?
No, 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 no,
Chameleon's the
no, no,
worst.
no, 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 no. Please do not twist my words. I don't think any of the Kung Fu Panda movies are worse than 4. Honestly, I don't think 4 should have ever been made. I think 4's villain is the worst. Hope in 4 is the worst. His dads, both of them, are the worst. 4 is just the worst in general. Everything, even
Yeah.
animation.
Man, that's crazy.
How do you feel about the new Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket? I have no clue.
Dude, that don't look crazy. I need
I
that.
got no
I
clue.
need
Yeah, that
that.
don't.
I don't
That
know
don't
what it looks like.
Mert
don't
claims
deviate,
to have fixed his stuff, so we're gonna try this again.
Okay.
Well, that's all disagreements I really had.
Mert,
Okay.
you are on the line. What is the disagreement to tell
I'll
us?
give
One?
Kung Fu Panda 3 this. The animation is great.
I'm gonna go ahead and
You
dip.
know-
I'll take care.
Oh,
Later,
we hear you now. We hear you now.
Oh, perfect. Finally. My main disagreement is how they treated Valka overall and didn't show her expertise with dragons as much as they should have.
Why?
Which movie is this?
He's talking about How to Train Your Dragon 2,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, the second one. And third a
Um,
little bit.
So in the second one, what do you mean? Like, can you elaborate
They
more?
do show her mainly with Toothless a little bit. In the third one, she's just there. She doesn't help overall. And the show that takes place between the first and second movie just don't continue after the second movie.
So,
There
f-
wasn't another season
mean-
that shows her more.
so for the show, I have no clue. I haven't watched the show, so I can't really argue about it. But for
for
the second
spoiling it.
movie, wait, what?
Sorry for spoiling it.
Huh?
Sorry for spoiling the show. That
Oh,
there's
sorry.
a show based
Yeah,
on it.
it's no, it's fine. It's fine. But like for the second movie, I don't really know how they don't show her expertise with dragons enough because like as soon as she's introduced, she's like showing Hiccup stuff that like he just had no clue even existed with the dragons. And she's like she very clearly has extensive knowledge on all the dragons pretty much. Like there's never really a point in the movie, in any of the movies really, where she's like doesn't know what she's doing with the dragons. And for the third movie, she plays a part of a role. Like she doesn't have that much screen time. I don't really think she needed much screen time. But like in the third movie, like in the beginning, you know, she's telling Hiccup kind of the same thing that his dad told him in the second movie, like, you know, some minds can't be changed, some people won't change.
Yeah.
And they're kind of riding off of that part of the second movie. And she also goes to make sure that they weren't followed and stuff. So she's spending a lot of time, you know, surveying the area to make sure that you know, that they're not being tracked and stuff. So if she was there, then it would just be like, okay, so then what is she just not doing her job? Like what is she doing? I just don't really see what they would what we're missing with her in the third movie.
I'm gonna have to spoil the show a little bit because I have seen
That's
it.
fine.
Early on, Hiccup develops, makes a whole dragon training school, which wasn't shown in the second movie and the third one.
So the second movie, well,
That's-
one second. So the second movie came out before the show. So if there's anything that the show does, like, what?
The show takes place between the first and second movie, before the
Yeah,
second one.
Yeah, I know when it takes place, but I'm saying the second movie came out before the show came out. So if the show does anything that like contradicts the lore or like something, I don't even think it's necessarily a contradiction that they don't show the dragon training thing, because they don't really need to show that in the movie. There's no real purpose for it. But even if they needed to show it, right, it would still fall on the show's problem for establishing that's the case, because that came out after the second movie.
Some seasons, yeah, true.
Well, no, I'm not saying some seasons. I'm saying like the show literally started after the second movie. So if they do something, right, like let's say the show comes out and after like the first two movies and establishes Hiccup is the Flash, right? And he can move at light speed and shit. Would you say it's a problem with the first and second movie that he didn't use those powers, or would you say it's a problem with the show for establishing those powers?
The show for establishing those powers.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Other than that, Kai from Kung Fu Panda 3 and Tai Lung are, in my opinion, better villains than Shen. Shen, I mean.
Did you
Alright.
include
Kai
Kai?
from Kung Fu Panda
Yeah,
3?
he said Kai is better than Lord Shen. That's SK and Kronos' field because I haven't
Yeah.
watched
Oh.
Kung Fu Panda 3, but
I need you to deeply explain to me the rationale behind that one, Chief. I'm sorry, I need an essay. I need a 5-page essay on why that's the case.
I was saying it, but you interrupted me.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. The main reason is because Shin has an army that helps him. Kai and Tai Lung were on their own, fighting the Furious Five.
No.
Uguay, Shifu, Po.
No. Kai
Doesn't
also
Kai
has an
have
army of Jade Warriors he stole power. Yeah, he has an army of Jade Warriors he stole power from. It's not his own strength he beat Uguay with. It's a bunch of other master strength that he absorbed. That's the only reason he fought Uguay.
Yeah, but it's still him though. He didn't
No,
use
it's not.
hyenas to capture the Furious Five.
It's not his power if he stole it from other people. When he doesn't have his zombies on him, he literally loses to Poe and has to call them on back to beat him.
And also, Shen is meant to be more of a psychological threat. He's not meant to be like the biggest physical threat out there.
Physical, yeah, I know. I watched the video. Very good video, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like I don't see why Kai is like a better villain because he did it on his own when it's all stolen power that he didn't earn.
True, but it's still him doing it. Overall, even
It
with
doesn't
stolen
matter.
power, it's him.
It's
But
not
it's still
him,
under
it's the
Shen's
power is
control, though. It's still under
it's not
Shen's
his
order, and he
power.
still has to strategize with them. I mean, like by this logic, Insomniac
Well,
Venom
Shen
is
is
a
the one that
better
designed-
villain than Insomniac Doc Ock, which obviously I don't think anyone here would agree with.
Yeah.
No, it's like, and Shen still designed.
Honestly-
Shen was the one that discovered the fireworks could be used as weapons. He's the one that designed the cannons.
Yeah. He created the cannons that was like
wouldn't
that
even
put Kung
say-
Fu like on the verge of like ending.
I don't really see the whole he's better because he doesn't have an army thing. I just don't even
Yeah.
agree, even without watching the movie. It's like I just don't agree with that inherently. It's like, what are his motives? What's the depth of the character? What's his backstory? Why is he the way he is? Shit like that. How does he impact the hero? I feel like those are far more important things that like speak to the quality of a villain.
Well, now my opinion looks like a dumb one. Thanks.
So, I mean, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. Seeing as you mentioned Venom a little bit, from what I've seen of the game, it feels like Kraven is the main villain and not Venom.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree, but that doesn't. My point with Venom was that just because he has an army doesn't mean he's better.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask one more thing and leave it there.
All right.
Why'd you delete most of your videos?
What's
Why or what?
Your old videos, like your criticism of most Marvel movies, the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Oh, that's for me. I already explained this like a while back, but I just don't like the videos. I don't like how they're presented. Even if I agree with like a good portion of the points, I just don't like how it represents me. I don't like the presentation overall, and I think I can do a better job with it. So it's that simple.
You'll remake them?
I'm not remaking all of them. Some of them I don't really stand by anymore. But even for ones I do stand by, it's like, yeah, I don't really like how I'm presenting myself in them. I think I can do a lot better.
Oh, you can, but you didn't need to delete them. It was enjoyable to watch them at times.
Okay, well, I just don't like them. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough. Well, no, it's understandable. And your account, your rules.
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I quit.
Alright, let's see if he fixed his mic.
Alright, did you fix your
Mr.
stuff?
GBZL.
Yo,
Yeah, sounds better
Hello.
now.
Sounds much
okay,
better.
can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, so my debate here is that I don't think How to Train Your Dragon 3 the movie is actually good. I think they fumble at the end.
Okay. Why?
Okay, because the thing is that considering just mainly the movies, because if I put into consideration the TV series, it's gonna be like no, putting a different source to justify something. We are gonna take account only the movies. It is
Okay.
a fumble because the thing is that the character development just goes out of the window and everybody just acts stupid just to get to the point of the plot, which was to make the canon ending of the books become a reality. The whole they were dragons when I was a boy, even though the movies and the books don't even have anything related to one another at this point.
So, alright, so you said a lot of things there. So, I want to go into the one thing. You said that the character development is forgotten about. And that the characters are made to be stupid. Why is that?
For the mere reason just to make the ending.
No, I'm
be
saying
what
why. I'm
happened
saying like
originally.
no. I'm saying how in the movie are they stupid, and how in the movie is their character development forgotten about?
Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the first victim, which should be with Hiccup. He becomes for some reason a jerk in the movie. Like you know that that in the movie differentiating from the first and the second, he's acting a bit more like an asshole. Like I don't know, like he's like, I own all of these dragons. We are gonna overcrowd this whole shit with dragons and etc. etc. Even though
Oh,
in the previous movies he wouldn't like do that kind of stuff. You
he
know?
wouldn't. He wouldn't. You're saying so? Like, are you talking about like when he like invades the trappers
No, I'm talking about like you know the opening sequence when they get back to work and the whole thing is overcrowded with dragons.
in
That
the
didn't
third
make sense
movie?
for me. That didn't make sense for me because he wouldn't be this stupid enough to pretty much just overcrowd the whole place with dragons in only 1 year of being chief after you know everything that has happened so far.
Why is that stupid?
Because think about it, overcrowding the whole place with dragons, there wouldn't be anywhere else to go. There wouldn't be anywhere else to move out. Like you saw the scene,
I
everybody
don't
else
see
saw the
why.
scene.
How does that even? That doesn't even correlate. How does them being there make it so that there's nowhere else to go? I don't see the correlation there.
Okay, let me try to reorganize myself because the thing is that this is my first time in these debate things and well I'm kind of nervous so I'm a bit up over the place.
Okay.
Okay, so give me a second. Okay. Okay, so let me restart again. So the third movie, from what I believe, is not good. From taking in consideration everything for the previous ones. My reason why is because the character development of the main cast is thrown out of the window just to meet a certain point, so that the message of the movie becomes a thing.
Yeah, I'm asking like what is the character development that's thrown out the window? Because in the first movie, it's like with Hiccup and Stoic, it's like Hiccup, he comes to this thing, he's like he doesn't really want to fight dragons. I mean, he wants in the beginning of the movie he like desperately wants to prove to his dad he can fight dragons, he can do what his dad does, he wants to be like his dad. And then
Yes.
when he sees Toothless like defenseless and just like injured and hurt from what he did, he's like, no, dragons are, this is completely wrong. Like, we're all wrong. And then, Stoic has his character development
Yes,
of saying
true.
that his son is right. In the second movie, Hiccup he doesn't really know where he is at this point in his life. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know what he needs to do. And then he finds his mom and he sees his dad, and then his dad dies, and he kind of realizes that, he can live up to his dad. He can take on this role as chief, as opposed to what he wouldn't do in the beginning of the movie. And he bridges the two worlds between like his mom being like the peaceful dragon keeper and his dad being, a strong, selfless leader that will,
Yes,
make.
and that's the part that we go with the character development being thrown out the window, because
So I
that's
don't-
what happens in the third movie.
So
So
in the
what
third
happens in the third
movie,
movie, if we take a little bit going back at it, let's start with how they handle the whole Grimmel situation. So when Grimmel pops out, he ended up making a whole havoc and everything, just like the usual villain stuff, whatever. Instead of just like facing the problem head on, just like they used to with the previous villains, because they freaking beaten a whole armada in the second movie, and hell, that's not even an excuse, because on the first one, literally Hiccup by himself with a few riders had to face a giant mindless monstrous dragon thing. So
Mhm.
their solution is pretty much to just run away, just leave their home that's supposed to be their generational home, that they will be pretty much we're gonna defend this. This is work. This is our home. We're gonna always stay up. We are the keepers of peace and everything. But instead of that, they just run away as if
I don't
this
see how
one
that's.
guy is just merely anything bigger from the previous conflicts.
So this one guy has like this, controlling dragon serum. So he wants to kill the dragons. They know of Grimmel. They know what his tactics are and stuff. He has his own army of dragons in and of itself that he can use against them. So in the second movie, Hiccup learns to not like do that, like what he did in the beginning of the movie, like be naive and think you can change the mind. So instead
No,
of
like
letting
I don't
wait,
mean
wait,
that.
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
mean
wait,
that. I don't mean
wait,
that.
wait,
What
wait,
he,
I'm not,
what
I'm
he
not
did.
done. I'm not done.
No,
Uh,
sorry.
In the second movie, that was a mistake he made in the beginning, like going to the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in the third movie, instead of letting Grimmel get the jump on them because they know of his tactics, but they know little of how to counter those tactics. So instead of letting a sneak attack or something happen, they move because they know that Burke isn't just a place, it's a people. They verbatim say that in the movie. That's not throwing character development out the window. If anything, it's learning from past mistakes and saying, hey, how do we be
Yeah,
smart?
but how just running away is gonna resolve anything? Because
What do you mean?
regardless, when they ended up moving away, and Grimmel ended up finding their new spot at the new Burke, still shit hit the fan regardless. So what difference will it make just
Yeah,
moving
but
away to
they,
another
they
It
moved
location?
mitigates
away.
the issue.
They,
It makes it
yeah,
less
hold on.
likely.
It not only does that, but it's also they wanted to find the hidden world for the dragons, to find more dragons. They wanted to bring the dragons out of the hidden world and stuff, and to find the hidden world. And then by the end of the movie, they kind of realize it's like, okay, Hiccup has like separation issues and separation anxiety from Hiccup. I mean, not from Toothless, because he feels like he's kind of nothing without Toothless, because Toothless is kind of the one that has helped him and been there with him throughout all his struggles and growth as a character. And so Hiccup, and it's kind of the same for Toothless as well. Like Toothless kind of felt like he needs Hiccup to do what he does. And so like by the end of the movie, they kind of realize it's like, okay, the dragons, if we keep the dragons here, they're less likely to be safe forever, because there's always going to be people like Grimmel. There's always going to be people like the villain from the second movie. There's always going to be people like that. So they give the dragons the choice to choose if they want to have a life for themselves and have this stuff for themselves. It's not like they're literally kicking the dragons off. It's them giving the dragons a choice to do what they want to do.
It didn't seem like it from what I saw it on the movie, because they just said their goodbyes. They just said, we don't desert them. Yeah, they all took their saddles and just, fly away, whatever.
But they come
Yeah,
back.
Because when I saw that scene, it didn't make sense for me. Like like let's think about it. How putting your problems in a hole is gonna end us resolving anything? Because yeah, sure, they are putting the dragons away because yeah, they're gonna be people like Grimo, like
So
Drago,
they're
you know,
not. They're
the
not. They're
same
not.
thing.
They're not putting the dragons away. It's like all the dragons kind of make a choice at the end to leave. Like none of them literally have to leave, and they can come back if they choose. It's not like they don't say in the movie you gotta go. They say in the movie humans don't deserve you guys, right? Which
Yeah,
is a
but
choice.
still, it didn't seem like it was a choice because everybody just left. They just left, and if it was a
And-
choice, then there will be like I don't know, a division. Like let's just say some dragons do stay, but the rest just go or whatever. But no, all
Okay,
of them
but
left.
they
By the
come
point
back.
of the epilogue,
So
pretty much they just go that they have been hiding at the hidden world. Pretty much people have just forgotten about them for a decade or whatever.
So
Yeah.
so Toothless and the Light Fury, when they come back at the end, they don't get kicked off. If they were kicking them away, then that's what would have happened. That didn't happen. They got welcomed.
If they were just trying to separate themselves from the beacon, even without using the thing that came after, the little short that comes after that shows they're open to the dragons returning or whatever. Even without
You
using
mean
that,
the Christmas
Homecoming.
special that
Yeah,
they released
Homecoming.
after the movie?
Yeah, Homecoming. But what's it called? Even without using that, because I don't even think that would even support my argument, because it came after. But like, they literally go to see Toothless and stuff when they think their kids are ready to like meet him and stuff, and they don't just like negate Toothless. They're not just like, Toothless, fuck off. We can't we can't be together anymore. They're not like that. They're open in arms and they're, celebrating their reunion.
Yeah, of course. Like they ended up embracing like the reunion and everything, but it's just like that, just a visit. It isn't like the big thing of like, okay, threat's gone. We can spend more time together again, just like the old times. Yay! No, it is just like, hey, just visiting. Then later we're gonna go back to our home, living our lives. Not continuing with this whole dragon riding stuff.
It's more,
Happy
yeah, but
ending.
they still have a choice though. Like they go, yes, they go back, but it's not like they just abandon him. It's like if Toothless and all the dragons want to stay where they are because they feel more safe there, and they don't want to get into more conflict with humans and stuff, because like even in the first movie it establishes the dragons don't want to do this stuff to humans. They don't want to attack the humans, or most of the dragons don't want to do that. The only reason they were even attacking humans ever to begin with, and weren't just like, staying on their own and stuff, like, because most of the dragons were already in the hidden world. Like we even see the alpha from the second movie in the hidden world during the third movie. So like most of them already stay there, and they be on their own. Like they do their own thing. It's like they live in separation, but they can also live in union. And the first two movies and the third movie prove that they can live in union, but they're still very capable of living on their own and making their own decisions.
Yeah, I admit to that too. I admit to that. But still, I cannot just like take off this feeling that pretty much the whole everything that happened in the ending just didn't make sense for me. Like think about it. We just come back from, let's just say that you just come back from watching the movie too, that yeah, everybody is more determined than ever. They're pretty much going to continue the fighting for a better world, to make a change and everything. And then on the third movie, they just face up this random guy, which is pretty much not much different from any of the previous threats that they faced, because come on, they faced an armada, they faced some mindless giant dragons. So what's the difference of some old dude that just says, I killed all the Night Furies, even though there was no implication, or rather
They
no
didn't
foreshadowing of showing that,
you're,
hey, he's actually a pretty much of a menace, a bigger menace.
I think you're kind of missing the point with that villain. It's like he dies at the end of the movie. So, and they still hold on. He dies and they still let the dragon go. The point of the villain is not just him as a singular man being the threat to them. The point of the villain is to show that there are going to still be people out there that think like him that will never cause change within the world. I think it's pretty unrealistic for you to expect Hiccup and any of the Burkians to change literally the entire world's perspective.
No, like of
That's
course
just
not. I'm
not
not saying
possible.
that they're gonna change the world like easily, all happy with flowers. Of course not. Shit is gonna hit the fan. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
But
but
what I'm trying to
you're
say is
saying
that
that you're saying
just
that
hiding away from your problems is not gonna resolve anything either. That's what I'm trying to say.
they're not
Because in the
hiding.
previous movies, they made a sense that their union is what will bring them forward. So going backwards on that on the third movie, that's what doesn't make sense. That's what I'm trying to imply here.
It doesn't. It
Okay,
doesn't make
so-
sense. It does make sense because they aren't hiding. they
So
are not
if
hiding.
Toothless wanted to leave and have a life of his own, and Hiccup was like, no, no, no. Like, do you think that would have been more in character to just like keep controlling him and not give him any freedom?
No, I don't mean like control him, like show like yeah, denial that yeah, I don't want you to leave, but like I do care about you and everything. But of course they ended up accepting it. But instead of that, it's just like, yeah, there's nothing much that we can do. We don't deserve you. Nobody deserves you, even though despite knowing that we don't deserve you, we can still try, even though we're gonna face a lot of problems, conflict and obstacles on the way
Yeah, but
because our change is worth it, but not anymore. You guys just gonna go there. We're gonna be on our own thing. You're gonna be in your own thing.
yeah, but
pretty
what
much
you're
that.
not, what you're not understanding is coming off from the second movie. They had a villain with a similar mindset, a man who couldn't be changed. He was stuck in his he was stuck in his ways, and they kept doing the dragon stuff. Like they kept the dragons at Burke because they believed in the Union. They still do believe in the Union, but they know in order for a Union to work, they need the dragons to have the freedom of their own choice to go off on their own, to do their own things. That's like the whole point of Toothless and Hiccup's character arc, and it's spread throughout Burke. When the riders take the saddles off of their dragons, they're not just like fuck off. They're just sitting there like you can do what you want to do. This saddle kind of represents the them letting the dragons go, because they've all grown. They've all realized that they don't need the dragons there. The dragons don't need to be there, and that Union thing can still be spread. However, the dragons have the choice to come back or scour the world if they so choose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're like I would agree with you if like they literally had like the top of the hidden world just shut off and like the Burkians were just like, nah, fuck you guys are staying in that hole. But that's just not what happens. They give them the freedom to leave.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. The thing is that the whole thing just made me in conflict with the whole thing, because just imagine just going from two movies that, yeah, this is going to happen, but then on the third movie, they just backtrack. But yeah, I kind of see where you're going with this. I kind of see where you're going with
I think the third movie kind of has like a a bittersweet kind of tragic ending to their thing, but it's still but it's still growth for the characters.
In a way, I guess. But when we put it a bit realistically, like I don't know. Like yeah, I know we're talking about like movies and stuff, but sometimes they take elements from reality and whatever. Think just looking at it in retrospective in the lens of like an actual someone trying to make a change or a group trying to make a change, the ending pretty much doesn't make sense in that standpoint, because all you're looking for a change where pretty much you're just giving up the fight.
What? Can you repeat that last part?
How can you pretend to change the world if you're pretty much just giving up on the fight? You're pretty much just gonna not continue fighting for the Union, for the things that you believe, when you're just trying to hide it away.
They're not hiding it away.
I mean, technically it is, because on the epilogue, when pretty much Ikap goes with his ending speech and everything, the dragons already have like been taught like extent that they never existed, that they were already like mythical creatures. Like he says it there, like just after a decade of them hiding away in the hidden world, pretty much everyone just went like, huh, it was fantasy. There are no flying reptiles here. We're good. We are living in a happy world.
And whose choice was that?
Hmm. Well, it was pretty much with what happened at the ending with the dragons leaving and all.
I know it happens, but whose choice was it? Because you're saying the Burkians abandon their what they believe in and what they fight for. That's just not the case.
No, but in a sense, it feels. In a sense, it feels like it.
What?
Because afterwards, pretty much they just want to keep with the whole thing of like that the dragons never existed. I mean, if we're taking account the whole homecoming thing, even though well, you said that we are not. I don't know if you want to include the thing. They were already trying to fit in the idea that yeah, we're just gonna try to keep the facade that the dragons never existed to begin with. So that pretty much the world just forgets about them and everybody can
No, they
be good.
don't.
The dragons can be
There's
good.
stories about them.
There's
Yeah, stories,
Wait,
but-
wait. Their children literally know that the dragons exist. That like their children literally have a character arc
They pull up
seeing
books.
the dragons, and they change their whole like because they form their own opinion based on the stories that they heard about the dragons. They have dragon monuments and like carvings in their house representing the dragons, and then the children see the dragons, and that's leads into the ending of the third
Yeah,
movie.
but that was after seeing the actual dragons because pretty much it's no different. Like let's put it in this example. Let's just say they put you a statue of Jesus, a statue of Jesus in front of some cathedral or anything.
Yeah.
You bring your kids there and you wanted to introduce them to the whole stories and everything. And they're pretty much going to shape their beliefs on what is it that they believe in or not. But now, when they see it in their face, let's just say that out of nowhere, Jesus comes from the heavens to pretty much just say hi to everybody. Well, yeah, they are going to say like, oh shit, he actually exists. But initially, with just the stories and the monuments and everything, it would just be like, hey, yeah, these are some of the beliefs of our people that these things existed or whatever, but we don't know for sure. Like it's pretty much in the middle of like belief or not belief, myth or not myth. You choose.
Okay. And I'm so lost on like where that even was going. Cause like you said that it's like, yeah, they don't know they're there. But once again, it's like the dragons have the choice to make their own life. If they want to stay in the hidden world because that's where they feel safest, then that's what they're gonna do.
I mean, yeah, of course they laugh and all.
Okay, so like, what's the problem?
Again, I just have this feeling that it was a bit contradictory. Okay.
I get the feeling, but I'm saying, but like, I feel like we're just going in circles at this point. I don't think it's contradictory to like acknowledge that like the fighting, like you can fight as much as you want. There's going to be people that just won't change.
Yeah.
Like the humans were literally leading the dragons to these fights.
Yeah,
and the
it's
dragon
like keeping them around all the time. That's like kind of bringing them to war.
Yeah, like the dragons still had the choice back in the day to go with them, but it's like they're influenced by their riders because they love their riders. They'll do what their riders want to do. So if they let them free, let them spread their wings, then they have the choice to do more of what they actually want to do. And they're not influenced by the choices of their riders.
I mean, it's not like they were influenced completely because if we take account the second movie, let's take account Balka, for example.
Yeah.
When Balka had her beginnings as a dragon rider, what is it that happens at first? She ends up meeting Stormcutter when the dragon ends up busting in on the house and just interacting with Baby Hiccup.
Yeah.
When they end up meeting, they're like, "Oh, you're actually good," and the dragon is like, "Oh, you're nice." And then Stoic comes in, tries to kill the dragon, but then the dragon takes her away. And then years after that, well, she was a dragon rider, pretty much just interacting with the dragons. So what I'm trying to try to take a point here is that when they ended up meeting, they pretty much didn't know shit about each other. And yet the dragoness was like, huh, I like you. You're gonna be my rider. Bye. Let's go to the hidden world. Gonna kidnap you for to get you to the paradise, basically.
I don't necessarily even think that's like the point. I think he like took a liking to Volca, and Volca literally says like she could have came back.
Yeah, herself, or pretty much just go with a dragon, and the dragon
No,
just goes
Cloud
back to
Jumper.
the.
You don't think Cloud Jumper would have taken her back? What the fuck?
I mean, they could have.
Yeah, so why would Cloud Jumper not listen to her?
Well, that's the thing.
What's the thing? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Volca literally says I could have came back, but you guys wouldn't change. I was sick of the fighting. I had to get away.
Yeah. You're right. God.
SK, what was that thing you sent? Because this guy said that Toothless literally mind controlled them.
Yeah, so he's waiting in the
Wait, I never-
Disagreement
I
Day
never said that.
waitlist.
No, not you. It's another guy.
He's waiting in the waitlist right now, so we can bring him in. He's typing in all caps. I think he's eager.
Which one?
Here, I just pulled him in.
Yo.
All right. Curlong, is that everything?
Yeah, I guess. Sorry
Alright.
that we went a bit on circles here. The thing is, I just wanted to get my opinion on the whole. The three movies are good, even though I have conflicting feelings for the third one. Like, I don't know how to feel about the third one.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, nice speaking to you, Colin. Also, love the character development on your critique videos with the look and stuff.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, goodbye. All right, angry boy. Is his mic still not working? His mic is still not working.
Angry boy, I don't know what your thing is doing, but you might want to mess with your settings. Alright, we'll wait again.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been typing in all caps, so
Matt. Yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't even
read some
see-
of these because
Toothless. Yeah, I
he
mean,
says
you can...
there was no
I've
choice,
had it-
Colin. Toothless mind controlled them.
No, he didn't. Dude, the ending of the second movie was literally to show that Toothless would not lead with he would not lead with control. He'll control the dragons if he has to, like with what's his name? In like with Cloud Jumper, for example, or not Cloud Jumper, like in the third movie, like the beginning of the third movie. It's like when the dragon was being a little too obnoxious and he started fucking over Burke, like, you know, destroying buildings and stuff. Like Toothless will then, like, you know, he'll take control for a second. Like the ending of the second movie was literally to show like the opposite between the Alpha and Toothless. It's like he'll lead with more compassion and like shit. He won't lead with like the iron fist, like you have to do what I have to do. It's like that's what the whole second movie's villain represents. It's like the power of control. Taggy, if you're watching, we're gonna take this one first and then you can come in because you've already been in here. Matt Hodgkinson, are you here? Hello?
Guess not. Oh wait.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, are you here? Okay.
What? Bro.
I'm so confused.
Matt, don't leave. Oh my god.
What the hell is happening?
Matt, this is the Disagreement Day channel. This is the Disagreement Day one. Right here.
I'm going back to the waiting one. I'm going back to the
Where-
waiting one.
This is where you're being pulled into.
Hang on, is it working or not?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is working.
Okay, I'm going back to the waiting.
We pull, you
I'm going
don't
back to the
move.
waiting.
Oh, sorry. It's just I don't use Discord often. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Okay, SK, I'm going back to waiting. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What is the disagreement to tell us why?
It's not a massive disagreement. It was mainly just I wanted to ask about why do you think Dawn is the best Planet of the Apes movie and not War?
Because I think War, has like at least one flaw
Do you think that
minimum.
is?
I think so. You know when the gorilla dies when he gets stabbed?
Well, Luca, yeah.
Yeah. He shouldn't have died right there. Like the apes have been shown to take like way more damage than that. He just shouldn't have died. I don't think it's a big problem or anything. It's just like a small issue that kind of influences Caesar's, character in the movie.
Oh, is that it?
That's all I can. That's all I can think of right now. I think I might have had another one.
Well, I mean, my flaw with War is that the colonel doesn't have his men wear any sort of like cloth or anything around their mouths or anything like that to prevent contamination in case one of them ends up developing the new strain of virus that mutes humans. And he takes the doll with him, even though they don't know where the doll has been or what it is, and it'd be much safer to just burn it.
So hold on. So for the doll, I think the doll kind of reminds him of his son. And he doesn't even.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't really think he has. I don't know why he has a reason to think that's contaminated or whatever, especially if it came from inside the camp.
Contaminated. Well, just because it came from inside the camp doesn't mean it's not contaminated, especially if they establish that anyone can mutate the virus.
Yeah,
so
but
that
why?
someone could have mutated the virus and touch that doll.
Yeah, but it would still fall upon like he sees the doll as like a reminder of his son, so he takes it.
Why would he take it as opposed to? Wouldn't it be safer to burn it?
It would be.
Well, he might go to burn it. He might try to burn it before it infects him.
If there's a little, if he believes there's like little to no risk of him getting this disease from picking up this doll,
he shouldn't. Why would he believe there's little to no risk? There's
why would there
potential amount of risk?
They
anyone of his men at any point could mutate, could have the mutation and touch the doll.
Yeah, but they literally established earlier in the movie that like all the ones that have been infected are like they've been kicked to the curb.
Yeah, but that doesn't prevent anyone from being infected right now. They established that they're already carrying the virus. It's just a matter of the virus mutating. Any one of his men right now the virus could mutate.
They never said that in the movie. They never said that in the movie.
He literally said every human that is immune to the ALZ 113 is still carrying it in their system, and it can mutate. That's why his son was infected.
No, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even what he says.
So then what does he say, Colin?
He's basically says there's those of us that are immune. If they're immune, then it wouldn't even really matter.
All of them.
Even if we go with what you're saying, right? Hold on.
Wait, all of them are immune to the virus. All of them are immune to the original virus. That's why they're still alive. They established this in Dawn.
Yeah, I agree. They're immune to it, but that's exactly what they are. They're immune, so they're
immune. You realize viruses can change, right? They're immune to the original strain of 113 that kills them. That is what they are immune to. They are not immune to the new version that makes you mute. That is a different strain of the virus that they are not immune to.
So then, by that logic, why are they even all camped up with each other to begin with? That's just not even what it is.
Wait. They have to be camped up with each other because they're going to be attacked by the other guys. That's why they have.
I assume if there's like a pandemic of this, that there would be like basic precautions in place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what my flaw is, that he doesn't have his one wear any protective equipment and that he takes the doll.
Yeah, it is a little hard for me to believe that the colonel wouldn't have thought of this, especially with how secure his whole general base is as well.
So you're talking about the doll or the masks?
I'm talking about both, but if you want to tackle just the doll.
Okay. Hey, let's start with a simple one. Why can't he use gloves?
For picking up the doll?
Yeah.
For everything. For touching
gloves
everything in the
mask.
base.
I mean, they established that they're really low on resources. Do they have?
I feel like gloves are pretty
the army men, the regular army men have gloves. I don't see why he doesn't.
Yeah.
As for masks, I'm not saying they should have like surgical masks or anything. I realize those might be low, but they should at least wrap a cloth because that's better than nothing.
Use a towel.
Yeah, use a towel if you have to. Fuck it, the fate of humanity is at stake.
So I still think for the doll that he probably just thinks it came from inside the camp, and it's like he knows that the people inside the camp aren't infected, otherwise they wouldn't be there. Well, no, the infection would have to come from the outside.
Not necessarily.
What?
If someone is carrying the virus and it mutates in their body, it's not coming from
I
from
still
outside.
don't even know
camp.
where they. I don't know where they established that it mutates. Where is that in the movie? I don't even remember that.
You
I think
can't.
it's
well,
in the scene where.
Well, I feel like
Caesar
that's
yeah,
just
it is
common
the
with
ball
pandemics
banging
in
his
general.
fist.
Anything can mutate.
and plus,
That's
right?
not-
It
what
has
the
to
fuck?
it has to be a mutation because if it's not, then why would it be making them mute? Because the ALZ doesn't.
I
do that.
know the virus mutated for those that aren't immune, but I don't know if the people that are immune.
No, it mutated for those that
I don't
are
know,
immune.
dude. Ask Star about
What?
this shit, dude. He knows more about this shit than I do. I have no clue,
I
dude.
talked to her about it. He agreed.
Agreement.
Kelsey? I don't know. I mean, as far as the cloth thing, I just think that from what I remember, I think maybe it's because like it wouldn't really do much in terms of not getting them infected.
But it's better than nothing. And the fate of humanity is at stake. So even if it increases your chances by like 1%, you should still do it.
I guess. I don't know. Talk to Stir about this shit. I don't remember enough. Even though we just fucking watched
I
it.
remember this stupid fucking movie.
I don't fucking know, dude. But Matt, pretty much, yeah, I just think War has more flaws than Dawn. I also think Dawn just has a better villain.
Yeah,
But they're
Cobra
both really
Supremacy.
good. I think War is the second
I
best.
do agree. Cobra is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think I like the Colonel a bit more though, because I think he kind of represents what Caesar could become if he goes full into his vengeance.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too. I think the Colonel's a great villain. Like, don't get me wrong. But I think
Can understand why someone would like Cobra more. It's completely fair because they're both amazing.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I think Dawn is just perfect. Like, I don't really. I mean, I don't think any movie's
isn't
really perfect, but I think Dawn's perfect in its writing. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
don't think there's
fair.
really any problems with the story.
Yeah, I can agree that War might have issues that people can have with it, but it's a perfect movie for me. Like, it has everything I want a movie to be. While I can agree there's like little flaws you could pick. Me, I personally, the stuff it gets right is good enough for me to call it a perfect movie. If that makes any sense.
Okay. That's fair.
Someone in chat just said, SK, why do you think Sheev Talks video on how Across the Spider-Verse ruined Peter B. Parker is bad?
I was gonna ask about that. I was gonna ask if you'd
Listen,
watched that
Stefan,
video.
Response coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say. Response coming soon.
I just wanted to say something about that. SK, I recently watched the Across the Spider-Verse video. It really made me appreciate Peter B. Parker's ending in that movie a lot more.
Awesome.
Like, I like his arc in that movie way more after watching that video.
Sweet. Glad to hear it.
That was an amazing video. I love that video.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I just want to say, like, I'm really happy that I got to talk with you. I'm a massive fan of the videos and everything. I just wanted to ask a question. It wasn't like a big disagreement or anything. I was just curious.
Awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
I'll jump out now. That's all I really had to say.
All right.
Alright, see.
There's just some questions about the movie.
Okie doke.
Well, SK, as we all know, Peter B. not being the greatest parent is, it's out of character. It's not like there's any growth there or anything. It's, so it's like. It's not
Well,
like
yeah,
he's
it was
not-
almost as bad as when Hiccup was playing catch with his kids at the end of How to Train Your Dragon 3.
It's not like they established that he's kind of lost in the whole parenting thing. They don't do that at all. It's,
Well, I think honestly that him encouraging his daughter to use her powers for good and potentially be a superhero is horrible parenting and it's character assassination.
I don't think that the Colonel saw Nova from dropping the doll because the doll reminds him of his son and hold on to it for a bit longer than he should have.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Larry,
I
you
don't
need to
even-
reword
You
that.
got to
I
read
don't
that
think
back.
we got that. I don't think we got what you said.
Because
Unless you want to, you can also join the server if you have a disagreement.
Like he dropped
we've talked
it.
before,
after-
so-
he did it. He never dropped it. He took it with him to his.
Oh wait, we've got a
office and
Taggy.
kept it there for the remainder of the movie.
All right, Taggy, what was your disagreement?
No. Okay. So, Miles Morales being
What about Miles?
well, I was just watching the stream. But I close that one. Okay, so Spider-Man becoming if Miles Morales becomes a Spider-Man, doesn't that like destroy the whole the multiverse thing? Like, isn't it like not a canon event, stuff like that? That make like an imbalance.
Yeah, the movie
Like
account
in
for
that in that case, like the Miles Morales world should like be destroyed.
So, yeah, I can
No.
explain that easily. So they established that he is the original anomaly. That isn't supposed to be in the first place. Why it doesn't destroy the universe? The canon is implied to be capable of course correcting. We know this because Miguel says if we're lucky, we can stop it. And he also implies that scale matters too. You break enough canon, you save enough captains, then we can lose everything. And I think something that's also key to note is that with blonde Peter Parker, there's probably more leeway to break canon for him, like when, for example, when he dies, because of the fact that he's already went through like most of his canon events. Like, what do you think the last chapters for him would be? Like, probably the marriage would probably be one of the last ones. So if you break, I don't even know what canon events would take place after that. So, it's not like there's much left for his story that's required to be there. As for Miles starting off a new Spider story, it's like the only reason that wasn't supposed to happen was because that was a product of another universe bringing another Spider in there. So that's why he's the anomaly here. That's not supposed to happen.
Okay. And then there was like one for Colin. So it's like a God of War Ragnarok one, Colin. Yeah. So I think Freya turned sides like really quickly, like too quickly. After God of War 2018, where she swore that she will kill Kratos.
I initially thought the same thing. I don't really stand by it now because Freya kind of realizes that they're fighting for the same thing, so it's better to work together right now. And then throughout and then throughout the course of their journey, she pretty much just kind of comes to forgive Kratos for what he did. I don't necessarily I think if she just came to the conclusion to herself, mixed with Kratos didn't really want to do that to Boulder. If anything, he helped out Boulder, and ended his suffering.
I think Boulder wasn't like that interesting of a villain. So Odin's like a million times better.
I mean, I think Odin's better, but I don't know why he's not that interesting.
Like he just a stranger. No. Yeah.
No.
That's literally that. That's
It's
literally.
not.
Wait. That's literally.
He stops being a stranger.
Wait. I don't think you understand the joke. Like in the start of the game, when Boulder.
No, I know the joke. I know the joke. Yeah, no. I get the joke, and I didn't know if you were actually saying it was a problem.
No. And then before I go, Amazing Lucas upside down American cap. You know that one, right? That's like a form. Yeah, that's like a form of protest. Something which is used from by the left and right sides. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go sleep now. Like it's like 23 right now.
All right.
Damn.
Goodbye.
Yeah, man. Bye.
Goodbye. Alrighty. Let's see. Do we have any other disagreements on the line?
I don't know. I mean, we had Angry Boy, but Angry Boy
Angry
was
Boy,
screaming.
it's
He
open.
was getting pretty mad in the
Yeah,
chat.
bro was
He
screaming. Every
Toothless
single
was
one.
mind
Are you
controlling
serious?
them.
It didn't need a bittersweet ending. Toothless literally mind controlled them. They were already free. Come on, Angry Boy. We want that Lucas energy here.
Listen, Pippin. Toothless.
Come on, stream,
they-
Pippin.
They've cooked Toothless.
But yeah, like, How to Train Your Dragon movies, and Hiccup has, like, skyrocketed as one of my favorite characters in fiction. He is fucking great. We have a new disagreement on the line. Alrighty. What's your disagreement and tell us why?
Hello?
Hello?
What's up with these people, bro?
Bro, if you have it got alright, everyone. When you enter the Disagreement Day weight room, make sure your stuff is working. Make sure it's working. If it's not, we're gonna have problems, pimpin'. We gonna have problems.
Is Donut Pilgrim? Oh. Donut Pilgrim. Do you have a disagreement?
Oh my god.
Oh, dude. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Man, this is one hell of a disagreement there.
Bro, make sure y'all do a mic check before your mic is working. It's
Agree or
active smoking.
disagree? SK sucks at multiverses. Agree.
Bro. You want to play in the background while we wait for disagreements?
You suck, bro.
You can again. Yeah, you know what? Let's put it on in the background.
Okay.
SK really wants to get his ass badly, yeah?
Hello?
SK,
Oh,
SK,
The
don't
disagreement.
play
I
us
think the
like this.
disagreement.
You
I
are
think the
embarrassing
disagreement
us,
is
buddy.
on the line. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, my microphone wasn't working for a second.
Oh, good.
SK.
Okay, so my disagreement, I guess it could more be called a different interpretation. You were talking about canon events with Miguel.
Yeah.
My assumption was that Miguel is just wrong, or he has some misunderstanding about how canon events work.
I agree. Yeah.
Because, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. Yeah.
Agreement day.
Agreement
Yeah.
day.
I agree with that. I mean, I guess I could say that I don't think Kung Fu Panda 3 is that bad, but like it's nowhere near the other first two, so who cares?
Nowhere near good.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
If there's somebody else in the wing room now, so I'll just let him get on. Thanks for having me for the brief moment.
For sure. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well,
Larry's here. Okay.
Larry.
Larry, what is up? Welcome back to Disagreement Day. What's the disagreement? Tell us why.
Wait, hold on real quick. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. you guys remember how I was like saying like, oh, why didn't the Colonel like well, the whole Colonel thing in the chat? I was trying to say like about how like, oh, like, because I haven't really watched like the War for Planet of the Apes for a while, so I was wondering like, why didn't like the Colonel found the doll and just quickly dispose of it? I just think it's a case of like first off, like he thought it was in the camp. I'm not sure if he saw Nova drop the doll, so I just think he kind of just assumed that like this doll is either his son's or just a toy that reminds him of it, and thus like he held on to it for a bit too long and just didn't realize it was contaminated.
It's not that he held on to it because he wasn't holding on to it the whole time. He took it to his office.
Well,
where
yeah,
it would
that's
stay and then contaminate other things that are in his office, potentially.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think this also comes to the point of like, why didn't like, why not like have like every soldier either not wear a mask or some kind of cloth around them? I just think like the Colonel, like, while being aware of it, at times was just so paranoid that like, he meticulously made sure like that perhaps any sort of supplies he gathered wasn't like contaminated by people who had this new mutated strain of it. So it's like, okay, like he probably also sent like specialized teams with said gear that prevents them from getting the strain out there, so that kind of like limits his options. Meanwhile, the ones without,
we don't know that he has any of these specialized like teams that have like suits or whatever that can protect them from viruses. That's not established.
Well, at the same time, we have to realize, okay, where is he getting this equipment from?
Well, all of his equipment is like old military stuff.
Well, maybe old military,
but like none of it is like from like genetics labs like Genesis or anything. All that we see is like old military tech.
Well, at the same time, it's like, what was that?
Ignore it.
That was a plane.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just think it's kind of a case of like, I think it's really just a case of like this particular virus is like, I guess like way more like noticeable even to like an average person like the Colonel. So that's the reason why like, okay, like some members are like I said, some members are like perhaps way more important than a few others, and that's the reason why like some of those guys like again like maybe like spread out some supplies, maybe like hunt down apes or like other infected humans, and like he's carrying and like but because he's like limited to his whole like,
I don't see why he would have teams going down to hunt other humans when his supplies are limited as is, and he has to fight off the entire like army that's coming to.
Well, he's also like was also for some reason hunting down like Caesar and trying to kill him. So like
that's because that's what they were called to do. They were called to kill Caesar. That's what they were gonna do, and then obviously both sides started fighting, and so they had to finish the fight before they could move on. Otherwise, they turn tail and run and risk being attacked by the apes as they're retreating.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
That's why they leave as soon as they think they killed Caesar, because their goal isn't to eradicate the apes, because they think they killed Caesar, so now they're gonna leave, so that because the apes are gonna be distracted and confused, they won't be able to attack them while they're retreating.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Again, I haven't like seen the movie in a while, but I was like, but even back then, I was like, okay, like you said, like how come like not everyone like either is not wearing clothing or stuff like that? I just kind of assume it's just a case of like, it's just a comparative difference between how the Colonel leads his army compared to the Northern Army, like whereas everyone in the Northern Army has like masks, which kind of shows that either the new mutated virus has spread so much that now like everyone like it's to show like how these two sides like try to handle a virus like
Well, I mean, it's actually I think it's just because of the cold, because remember they train in the north where it's like snowy and shit. That's why they're wearing like the snow camo and like the thick stuff. That's why they have to wear like the helmets and
but
shit.
Yeah, but it's also a case of like but I think it's also really like it's also the case of like that many of the Northern army at this point, while some do speak like say yeah when they share on their like victory, it is a case of like I'm pretty sure like a lot of them are infected and they can't speak, and like compared to the Colonel, I think it's a case of like well not only the fact that he has more limited supplies to the Northern army, I think it's also a case of like we're like to him like he goes on the speech like we're the Alpha and we're Omega, how we're true survivors, and this is supposed to like survivalist thing that like okay, our way of handling is better than whatever the Northern ones is handling. So, and I think it's also meta-wise is to show like it's show like how it's to show like who's who in this battle because at times it can get confusing. So, I guess that's the reason why like not every member of like the Colonel's army is like clothed up. And I think like because to them they meticulously wiped out as much of the like of the mutated virus strains from like any like objects, the people as much as they can.
See, that's what I thought. Because originally, from what I remember when I watched War, was that it was the apes that transmitted the new strain of virus to the humans. But Stir, who had like just watched it, said that no, it's just the humans that mutated it within themselves. And I think if it was the apes that were spreading it, it would have made more sense, because then you know that if you don't have contact with the apes, but then you're not gonna get it. However, because it's the humans that are mutating it within themselves and then spreading it, I think them not wearing masks doesn't make sense.
Well, I think for the masks thing, it's like we don't like even with the COVID shit. It's like the masks doesn't really do jack shit. Like even if someone
prevents you from spreading it, not from getting it.
No. It's not about the spreading shit. Cause like we don't know if this disease, if that would even prevent the spread of it. Like maybe it would slightly mitigate it, sure, but at that point I would just be like, yeah, it's just like it's a whatever issue. It's kind of minor. Because if it really doesn't prevent,
it's not really minor when this virus can destroy what's left of humanity in his eyes.
Well, no. I'm saying if there's very even little risk of preventing it anyway, even if they have the cloth, because we don't know.
Well, they don't know that.
I would also say.
Well, they don't know that, and since they see that the virus is spread through touch, and the original virus that this one mutated from was spread by body fluids like snot from when you cough or by blood, I think they would assume that masks or face coverings would be an effective way of preventing it.
How do they know? Wait, how would they know
that? The original virus this one mutated from was pathogen that was transmitted through bodily fluids like blood or by snot when you cough on or sneeze on people.
Yeah.
And based on the fact they burned the clothing and whatever of their old soldiers that were infected, they also know it's by touch. So I think that therefore you would assume masks are effective.
I didn't say that they wouldn't be effective. I'm saying how effective would they even be to the point where it would even matter?
Better than nothing, which they're currently doing.
Yeah,
I would also say like
how much better?
It doesn't matter how much better. It's better than nothing.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying if it's not even gonna really mitigate anything, then it's like
if it's gonna mitigate it better than nothing, why wouldn't they do it?
Well, I would say like maybe like the Colonel like was so like efficient to where it's like okay, like he knows like okay, there's like a couple of his men infected. He like I guess he might have been like such a scorched earth of like killing anyone in contact with the virus, burning their clothes, burning as much as he can, and did it like perhaps so often enough that like that he doesn't like get any like new infectees. That I think he thought okay, like we can like maybe before he did have like as much as his soldiers to be clothed in as possible, but because to him it's like his solution to him he thinks it's working enough that he doesn't like have his men required to like wear those masks anymore. Like okay, we've managed to kill off.
Well, we don't see that he's ever required them to wear masks, like ever. From the first time we see him in the movie before they move to the new base, we don't see that they wear masks.
Well, again, like the first time we see him, it's like, okay, we have like his soldiers and the apes that that one side with the previous villain, like Kobe, like both trying to come together to attack Caesar. So, and like we said, the apes don't spread it. So, and now the soldiers that are infected with the mutated strain, it could just be a case of like, okay,
the soldiers can mutate the strain. Like anyone, that's why he should always be paranoid. He was paranoid enough to the point that he killed his son over it. So I think he'd be cautious of the fact any of them could mutate the virus at any point in time.
I guess like to him, he just must have thought like, okay, there may be a mutated strain, but to him, it's like, okay, we gotta kill it. We gotta like perhaps kill every one of it now, and like, and then after like he killed like pretty much nearly all the people like infected he could see and get his hands on, figuratively speaking. Like he must have thought, okay, the strain will hopefully die out enough that like okay, that it may have like he became less paranoid and must have think, okay, this must be just like one in a million chance.
That's just not how viruses work.
Well, again, like I'm not sure. That's the thing about the Colonel. I don't think he's a scientist.
You don't have to be a scientist to know that like the virus isn't just gonna die out. He says every human is carrying it still, so he knows every human is carrying it, which means every human has the potential of having it mutate on them.
I just think it's really is a case of like, okay, like I think even like, I guess like with that, like maybe like the Colonel knows that maybe like everyone will eventually get it because everyone has like the strain from being immunized from the previous strain of the virus. I guess to him it's like, okay, maybe like I guess to him it's like we just like kill we go full extreme and like try to kill off the rest of like the mutated strain, and maybe that will buy us time. Meanwhile, the Northern section, like the Northern Army, like heavily disagrees with him.
I get what you're saying, but you can't buy time if you just kill all the people that are mutated and then don't take any precautions to prevent future people that are mutated from spreading the virus.
I guess it's also a case of like maybe like the Colonel ultimately knew that he was going to lose. That's the reason why he set up all those like explosives on the mountains to cause an avalanche to kill everyone else there, because it was a case of like because like maybe like in his own mind, like he knows that maybe this virus, like everyone will get it. It's just to him, maybe he'll just do anything to buy time, and if not, then he's gonna like. I guess like it's gonna be the case of like other villains as well. Is a cliche of like, well, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone as much as I can with me. I guess it's like kind of like that. Like I think it's really is a case of like if you have no idea how, like, you know what disease is, but like you're so powerless to like stop it, you're willing to do like anything to get rid of it. I also think a lot of it's like I said, like I also think a lot of the time it's just a case of like of him like this perhaps is overall a case of like a long suicide, because it's like, okay, he knows that like maybe like everyone's gonna get it sooner or later. He's gonna lose his voice. Everyone he knows that he's either dead or gonna be infected. So maybe this is his case of like the last hurrah, the last battle between humans. And
so if he wants to buy as much time as possible, wouldn't having these safety precautions like his men wearing cloth coverings increase the amount of time he can buy?
That's the thing. Who knows? That's the thing about like this particular virus of like the first one is like.
Well, it's not who knows. It's like,
are you sure it's not airborne?
The mask.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it also airborne?
Well, maybe if it was, then I don't see how that counteracts the face coverings. If anything, that helps the face coverings. I'm going off of the fact that the first guy got it because he got blood sneezed on him, and then he spread it to everyone else. So it could very well be airborne, but it at least transmits through bodily fluids. In which case, either way, they should be wearing face coverings to buy more time.
This is like, I guess like compared to like other real life diseases, this one being like bioengineered to perhaps be so effective that like it soon like it became airborne, and now like I guess even like people who were like because I think like even if like if it was shown that like after a few days a person dies, we would start seeing like so many other like people in like the second movie saying like, oh, maybe we was seeing like others like wear a mask, be it a biohazard or like surgical mask. It's just that, but I think that people just start to realize that like this virus is like so different than what we know that it just bypass our like known like
Yeah,
known ways to like try to mitigate it. And
that's just like never established, like ever. Like
well,
I
I
understand
guess
the
like
virus spreading. See, here's the thing, right? I understand the virus, especially after coronavirus, right? I understand the virus spreading as fast and as easily as it did in Rise, because a whole bunch of people are really fucking stupid and just refuse to wear a mask and just refuse to like do anything to prevent the spread of it. I completely understand. However, this is not that scenario. This is a paranoid man who was willing to kill his son because he thought his son might be a threat to the safety of humanity, and his men follow him as if he's a god. So if he wanted to, he could very easily make them all wear face coverings.
I guess maybe it's just a case of like maybe he's just like so paranoid that like, oh, maybe like imagine like he found a bunch of houses that like that could have covers. Maybe to him it's like, oh, what if they have like what if like have these traces of this mutated strain, because it's like
Well, his men got their clothes from somewhere. It's not like they're wearing the same clothes like all
I mean,
the
like you said,
time,
like
every day, every second.
I guess, but like you said, like these are like old military. These are like old military gear.
Yeah,
gear.
but
So
like
that's also the reason why I
besides it
said
being
like
old military gear, even besides it being old military gear, we see for him at least, he has more than one set of clothing, and unless we're going to assume that his men wear uniform, all his men wear their uniform 24/7 every day, then they must have at least one other pair of clothes to change into, and they could just tear a little bit off of those and use those as face covering.
again, like well, I actually, you know what, I can actually see your point towards like I don't think it's like a huge issue. I just think it's just mainly a case of like maybe at the time like maybe like the colonel realized maybe he did try to do this, but after realizing that
it's not a huge issue because it doesn't really affect the plot in any way. It's just kind of silly.
Yeah, it's just like
You're kind
I
of
guess
silly.
like to me, yeah. Okay, but yeah, like although I can see I can see your point, Chronos. Like maybe it's just a case of like they wanted to get as much screen time as like other important actors, like the ones like the other noticeable like Colonel Social we see. I think it's really just a case of like I think it's maybe like the creatives, the writers just didn't really like thought about this section. Maybe they thought like, okay, the Colonel was like so efficient during his short period of time that it didn't need to go like this far. Like, oh, everyone has to cover up, or like or something on the lines. I just also think it's a case of like just like as I said, maybe some of these people weren't like thinking like, oh, I don't need to take this precaution. We've already dealt with like the immediate threat, and now we gotta prepare for like the other soldiers coming in, because now we gotta prepare for the other soldiers coming in. We gotta like make the slave apes, like build our wall, and yeah, it's just like I guess like to them it's like, okay, at this point like instead of like preparing for like other long-term stuff, like maybe getting masks for them, they were like just like more or less preparing for the Northern Army. But yeah, overall, I'm just mixed on it now, towards like yeah, you kind of like shown me like, okay, like maybe like the Colonel should have done this. I'm like, but yeah, but overall, I think it's just such a small issue that I think like overall it's like it shouldn't like, I don't know, like decrease the amount of like good points of how good of a character the Colonel is. I just think It's a
Well,
case of
it doesn't. It just decreases it over how good like Dawn is compared to War.
okay, yeah. Well, like
Because like when you have two movies that are great, then the one that's better is gonna be the one that has less issues, even if they're really small.
yeah. But yeah, like other than that, that was trial. That was like my personal thing. Like, I still think the case of like the Colonel like picking up the doll is just a case of like he must have thought like he got rid of all infective traces of the mutated strain, and like he just saw like, oh, this one doll like I guess to him it's like, oh, he just didn't think it was infected. I'm not even sure if like he saw Nova drop it herself or saw that she couldn't speak. So I think it's just a case of like, oh, he just found a doll. And it reminded him of his son so much he decided to bring it in with him instead of like either disposing it or something else along those lines. And then which then leads to him getting infected. And I think I also remember how like either in commentary or someone else is talking about how like about how much like when he was infected, he just realized he still has cognitive sense. Thus, it made him kind of realize, oh shit, what have I done? And that's the reason why he asked Caesar to kill him. Not because of the fact that he's just infected, but the fact that is a case of like, oh wow, even if I can't speak right, I still can like think well enough that like that maybe my whole notion of kill every infected, it'll devolve as will not work. Like will work, something like that. That's like that's the part where I will still defend the movie for. I don't think that section's dumb. I just think I think it would have been dumb if he realized Nova was not only infected, but like he'd still like pick up the doll and just brought with him, despite him knowing that like any traces like people infected, both either wearing stuff or touching them or like coughing on them, will like have the traces linger on, you know.
I think it's silly. I just forgive it because the scene we get out of it, with him giving the gun to Caesar and then Caesar leaving it on the table so that he does it himself, is worth that little small problem.
Yeah, it's a good scene. Well, that's all I gotta say right now. Who knows? Maybe there'll be another disagreement. I'll come back on, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Always a
I've only got
10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Left,
Let in the next
so,
disagreement. Let in the next disagreement.
Well, Mr. I
There no more?
think this guy has a disagreement that may stench up the call a bit.
Ruh-roh.
You guys want me to leave or do you want me to mute?
Yeah.
What
What the fuck does this guy keep
disagreement?
doing? Stop leaving the call. You're in the call. Okay.
Get the fuck back in here!
Todd, what is your disagreement? I only have 10 minutes.
You have more than 10 minutes.
Oh, hi. So it's about Invincible Season 2. It's specifically for Colin.
Yep.
So I think it's an issue that Mark refuses to go to the bug planet at first in Season 2, Episode 3. And that's because Mark cares about all life forms. I don't believe he let college cloud his judgment and refused to go. Yeah, he feels bad when the bug guy mentions there's 42 billion lives at risk. But then he asks William why he cares so much, meaning that he cares more about going to college than them.
Yeah, I
Even
know
though
what the I know what
beforehand
the I already know this, what you're gonna bring up. I initially had the same issue, but then I thought about it for a little bit, on my first viewing. I think it's mostly just the I think I actually have it written down in my notes what my own response was to myself. 1 second.
Yeah, I think it was important that you should have brought that up in your video.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
Well,
thought about it after.
yeah. 1 second. So, Mark then meets Nawalza and he asks Mark to help his planet from meteor showers. Mark says he can't because of missing classes, but I think it's really because he feels obligated to stay on Earth because of what happened with his dad. And like he said to his mom in episode 2, the last time he did something on his own, half a city got destroyed. So I think that's part of like the fear there's a fear element of him leaving Earth, and also lack of confidence in himself that he can keep another planet safe from being wiped out. And then the other part was, and him allowing himself to leave is him like starting to grow from that. I like the dialogue where he tells Cecil that he feels responsible for all the deaths that happened, and that he has a chance to save billions of lives, and takes the advice from his mom about listening to himself before listening to Cecil, and her other advice about figuring out who he wants to be moving forward, like right before she drops him off at college. And Cecil tells him that his father was the same way, as a way to like try and manipulate Mark to staying on Earth, and Mark just thinks for a second, and then he continues to go on. I think it's like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that you actually made it more complex for me. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. That's all I
Thank
have
you
to
for
say.
disagreeing.
Alrighty.
All right.
Next one.
This guy, I think he's about to stench up the call with
Stay
this.
in. Stay. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Why does? Dude,
Stop
if you leave
moving,
again,
stop
you're
moving,
done.
stop
If you
moving,
leave
stop
again,
moving.
you're done. If you leave again, you're done.
Stay in here if you have a
And you
disagreement.
speak. Okay.
Hello.
Just can't. Just not talking, I guess.
Well, the mic is unmuted, so like.
I like the profile picture though. It's my goat.
That's true, yeah.
Wait, Colin, also,
Hang on, hang on.
I think, I know.
Oh,
Colin,
he
I
wasn't
don't know.
speaking. Okay.
No, that was me. I was gonna ask Colin, also, remember how, when Mark was on the bug planet, I think also the case of, between, Cecil trying to, manipulate Mark about, how you should probably stay on Earth, but then, Mark went to the bug planet, and, he stayed to help them. Meanwhile, the rest of the Guardians and the other heroes were, battling this big old giant skeleton guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's also a case of, Mark also realizing, oh, wait, Earth is still getting attacked by these villains and all these other crazy stuff, and if I go, I won't be able to help my friends, which that did kind of came true when that big skeleton guy started coming in and started causing trouble, which Cecil said, oh, Mark, while you were gone, that guy, we had trouble with that guy. You could have, made a difference, you know?
Yeah.
Which also adds up to the whole thing of why Mark didn't want to go to other planets, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw people actually criticizing that they didn't stick with that skeleton guy for longer, because apparently he's some crazy powerful thing in the comics or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, it's an adaptation. They don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's the comics is hundreds of pages. They need to condense all that stuff into eight episodes. So I can forgive maybe some villains are just at most gags, if they ultimately don't contribute as much even in the comics, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I probably won't even have enough time for Mr. EA's disagreement.
Well,
so.
let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance.
EA, come
I
on!
Stench up the call, and I kind of want that.
It's Spider-Man 2, dude.
Of course. That's why we need you to talk, Stefan.
Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry, you're on the line.
Come on, man. Don't disappoint us, man.
Yeah.
I think he just has the simian flu. Can't speak.
Oh, no.
Should have wore masks.
But don't worry, man. This time, you won't get Alzheimer's. You ever notice that? No one gets Alzheimer's in the Planet of the Apes movies. You notice that?
Wait, what? His dad had Alzheimer's.
No,
Or dementia or some shit.
Yeah, but after Dawn, everyone else throughout the Planet of the Apes movies don't have Alzheimer's anymore. So that's a benefit.
Yeah. All right. I'm about to start streaming. I'm gonna start up another stream for State of Play. So, gonna be ending this. If you guys have more disagreements with any of the topics, go to SK's stream. I think he's still streaming.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
If I get disconnected, I'll probably just go to SK's like Discord if he wants me to.
I mean, you can stay here if SK wants.
Yeah, we'll stay here. That's fine.
But
Okay.
yeah, I will
All
see
right.
you all who want to join on the State of Play stream.
Still.
Oh,
can't hear Stephen
Colin,
Curry.
do you think? Colin, you think Bloodborne 2 is gonna get announced? Like,
Hell no.
what is like what if it does? Like, do you have someone you want to bet? See, like, I bet like 10, 20 that there's gonna be a Bloodborne or a spin-off game.
If
from
anything, I wouldn't even. I think, bro, Wanda, get the fuck out of here. I think I would prefer a Bloodborne 2, but I would also like a 60 FPS thing, because that's actually one of the reasons I stopped playing Bloodborne in like the 8 hours that I played of it. Was literally just
Wow.
the frame rate was pissing me off.
You know, honestly, that was like the first Bloodborne to me is like the first Souls-like game to where I got an ending. All the rest I either had to like rage quit or just had to stay, or I just like held off for a while. But like Bloodborne's like the first game where I got the end or got an ending. You know?
Yeah. I still think Sekiro is the best Soulsborne game that I've played though, or FromSoft game.
I just got it, so I'm probably gonna play it soon.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Would you say that is like hard is either easier or harder than, let's say, something like Noah 2?
Neo?
Yeah, like Neo 2 or something like that.
I haven't even played Neo 2, so I don't know.
Okay.
But I know Sekiro is fucking hard as shit, so maybe. Alright, I'm just waiting for my friend to join.
I assume Stephen
Come on,
Curry's out of
EA.
commission.
Like, what if like EA just like comes in all of a sudden like, I tricked you all. It's like, oh yeah, he made us wait because we couldn't handle Colin.
Colon.
Colonoscopy.
Well, all right, EA. Looks like we're not gonna heal the world with this one. I'm sorry.
Ah well, no crust today.
No stems today. Oh, okay.
Yo, Hero, go to the other call. Actually, I'll just try.
Alrighty then. That's the end of Collins. All right, EA just doesn't want to. Okay. It's a shame. I was hoping for stench. I wanted blood. Let's see. Do we have any disagreements in chat? It doesn't appear to be the case, so I think I'll just end it off here. League is pretty
Shortest,
open,
shortest like Thumpcast ever.
shortest one ever. Is it? I think the last one might have been shorter.
Really? Because like the only one that's other shorter that I can remember, it was the One Piece one. It was like the One
Spider
Piece one.
Combat Arena one was the shortest one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just realized.
Yeah. The Spider Combat Arena. Alright, well, I'm gonna head out of this. Thank you all that have come on here.
You're a
good
bunch
time
of
going.
goofballs. Fuck you.
Goofballs, fuck you. We'll
Shut
see
the
you
You're a bunch of
later.
goofballs. You're a bunch of goofballs.
For I guess to say for what the next disagreement day is going to entail, probably a lot of the same stuff. We still have other people to talk to about Planet of the Apes.
No, you don't.
So obviously we'll
Nuh-uh.
have that. How to Train Your
Planet of the
Dragon.
Apes is,
I think
it's a
next
masterpiece.
time we're gonna try to cover a video on How to Train Your Dragon 2 or 3.
Peak
Yeah,
trilogy.
like-
Peak trilogy.
yeah,
I
like-
just
Yep.
finished
Hey,
it.
SK, like
It is peak.
But yeah, SK, I would say like if you don't have like if it's something like this to where is not many people are like coming on to like disagreements right now, it could be like, okay, maybe like we'll stop it right here, cover like a video or two. If there's no one else here, then
No,
we
yeah,
can
but
leave.
for How to Train Your Dragon, I'd rather have Colin there because he has like the most knowledge on the trilogy.
Yeah, okay.
And I'd like to rewatch
I
first before I
remember
jump into responding.
I remember like watching both the Kung Fu Panda and like How to Train Your Dragon like shows, and I think like they're okay, but I haven't really watched them in a long time. So, and I know like they changed stuff from the movies, and I'm not even sure they're like completely canon. It's just a case of like, oh, what if like cause I heard someone else say like they're kind of like on a separate timeline thing, but yeah, as far as I can tell, like they're maybe also semi-canon to like the movies.
Alrighty. But yeah, next week I assume Across the Spider-Verse will also be a topic.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Why
Oh,
does
wait,
gravity
SK.
exist? Why does gravity exist?
Wait,
Why does gravity
wait.
exist? That's a good
SK,
question. SK.
one more question I'm gonna say. Which video do you think was worse, the robot head Across the Spider-Verse movie, or video, or Chief Talks' like video on Peter B. Parker? What do you think is worse?
I mean, I
If you saw
presume
the two.
Robot Head because Robot Head said, "Why does the police officer not know quantum physics?" So.
What?
Oh yeah.
What? Wait, what?
I will.
Huh? What?
To be
Yeah,
honest,
and,
I do want to like get around to making like a video response to like a big Across the Spider-Verse critique. I'd be like down to do that. So if you guys have any suggestions, I know Anomaly Inc. is an option, but people have already like responded to that. So I don't know if that'll be worth it. People have responded to Robot Head as well. So I don't know. I'll just give me the biggest, baddest critiques of the movie, because I kind of want to like make a response. Maybe Introverted Robot will beat will beat them to it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that's all I got. Goodbye,
Got
everyone.
nothing.
Goodbye.